if I'm being honest, I am exactly like my generation, Gen Z, as far as certain behaviors. Let me explain. Well, the main thing that my generation, Gen Z, tend to do, we're kind of stupid. Because, let's see. Because we're so up on these trends, and then we're so up on this woke culture, especially woke culture. So we're stupid on that. Me, obviously, I'm not gonna be woke. Fuck that. I just came from church, I'm swearing. Anyways, excuse my French, but screw that. No, I'm not no woke person. I don't want to. And even if I did, I'll be it the way how I want to. I already have my plans as far of woke kind of junk. I already have my plans, my own creative visions for them, for woke stuff. Anyways, Gen Z, we're so messed up and stuff like that, and whatever reason, we're just so mentally messed up. Like something is like literally wrong with us. One thing I do gotta say, I really do appreciate about my generations, we stopped letting people, especially elders, boss us around, be hypocrites, what else? And just tear us down and stuff like belittle us and disrespect us. We don't tolerate that stuff anymore. My generation, Gen Z, we do not tolerate hypocrisy. We do not tolerate disrespect from older generations, people who is older than us. We don't care. We don't tolerate that. As far as all this like beating up teachers because they took their phone, I don't even know if that's even a Gen Z thing. If it is, it's more of a younger Gen Z thing and an alpha generation thing. So yeah, I'm pretty sure there are assholes in my generation, like, you know, early or mid, you know, Gen Z that's doing, you know, acting like that. But you get what I'm trying to say. Point being, we're not going to tolerate disrespect from elders. Not at all. I'm sure it's ever not, for the most part. I say for the most part because some things I just simply don't know, okay? Some things I don't know personally, because I was raised, you know, to respect your elders so much. So I'm kind of in that doctrine. So anyways, yeah. I know one thing for sure. I'm not going to take no disrespect from elders. Especially hypocrisy. That's one of the first things I put inside novel. I hated hypocrisy from elders. So honestly, I talk back. If I had all the knowledge and, you know, stick up for myself mentality, I would have been told off elders for being hypocrites and disrespectful to me. But obviously that doesn't really happen a lot because I try to respect my elders as much as I possibly can. And the main reason why I wanted to record this video is mental health. Us Gen Zs, for whatever reason, we are mentally unstable. Not only because of woke junk, but because of the society we're raised in. Like, I don't know if it's got to do something with microevolution or something like that. I do know for sure social media and technology played a role, since we're the first generation of being born in technology. I want to say smart technology. Yeah, smart technology. We're the first generation of that. So we're kind of our, you know, what we've consumed, you know. So, you know, Gen Zs, we have this form. The thing is, us Gen Zs, we have all this knowledge at our fingertips. We are literally, as a baby, growing up in this knowledge. And I did too, to an extent, because I wasn't allowed to have phones back in the day. But you get what I'm saying. Most people of my generation, I think, were able to get phones at, like, I don't know, 8 years old or something like that. And if not that, tablets and computers and stuff like that. We have all this knowledge. But the thing is, unfortunately, because of the knowledge we have, and we were kids at the time, we got so used to telling off elders that it did come to a point where it's unbalanced. Now we're actually are disrespecting elders, unfortunately. But going back to the mental part, when I say I'm somewhat like my generation, because one, I'm not taking hypocrisy from elders. If I have to tell off an elder, I'll do so. And it just got to be the right moment. Well, I'm not gonna say unfortunately, but you get what I'm trying to say. Mental health, like we tend to use our mental health as an excuse to get by certain things in life. And unfortunately, I was somewhat planning to use that thing for real. But me personally, I generally do have mental issues. I think. I've never been diagnosed, but I totally feel like I have mental issues, considering the childhood trauma with all that bullying and stuff I had. With both my family, childhood family, biological family, and oh my gosh, modern family. All of my families and school. Considering I have all this bullying, so I technically do have childhood trauma for that. I have trauma from all that bullying. So that would do something to me mentally, that's for sure. I'm not literally as assertive as I should be, okay? Especially as a male. But yeah, anyways, yeah, because at my job, I think it was like a month ago or something like that, 2 weeks ago. Obviously, the manager, he was fussing at me saying, "You're not doing this, you're not doing that. I'm tired of y'all doing this. I'm tired of this," and stuff like that. So in my head, I'm panicking, thinking I'm about to possibly get fired or demoted or whatever. I wanted to say, "I'm sorry. I wish I can, work better or whatever," but I don't think I can. That's just the mental capacity in my brain. And then on top of that, if I'm fussed at a certain way, mentally speaking, that kind of messes up my whole entire mentality, and I cannot work properly. If I'm not, I'm not saying I gotta feel good all the time. I'm just saying. Unfortunately, I hate to say this whole it's not what you say, it's how you say it thing. Thank you. I hate to be a victim of saying it's not what you say, is how you say it thing, because that's a very feminine thing to say. I learned that from my biological father, but I do have to. I'm not going to take that advice from my biological father for the most part, mainly because usually women say that, and I understand why my biological father said that, because, well, he didn't have his father, my grandfather. I never met any of my grandparents of my father's side, my biological father's side. So yeah, because I think they died by time. So yeah, and it's not, my biological father is like the most innocent person out of all of my variant parents. Otherwise, everyone else either made their own stupid choices. I mean, don't get me wrong, my biological father made his own stupid choices, but there's that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I was planning on to tell the manager, and I even present that stuff at my job a lot. They clearly know that I'm not as assertive as I should be. There's a reason why I decided not to be the grocery pickup manager, because I felt like I wasn't going to be able to, handle all that, because I knew I would be falling behind. And especially with that one customer, oh my gosh, this one customer, I don't know what in the world was wrong with her. She's an older black lady. I hate to put color on this, but she I don't know what was wrong with her. She was older and yelling to the top of her lungs, saying all this stupid junk, basically in a sense belittling us. I'm panicking and stuff like that, having all kinds of attitudes and stuff like that, all because I understand, like, if I understand the whole thing with grocery pickup, you gotta let the customer know that you make substitutions, but because of the stress that the corporate managers kept fussing at us about grocery pickup items and stuff like that, so we have to substitute it anyway, but scan it as the original item, which is lying to the customer. So that's stress right there from corporate. And then from there, now this customer, she like complained and saying, "Oh, this is not what I ordered, blah 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 this, blah 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 that," and all that stuff. And then I said, "No matter what, we can always remove it, ma'am." And then she want to have a huge ass attitude for that. So I'm panicking right there a little. And then what else? Next thing you know, she comes storming out the car real fast, and I'm thinking she about to steal the stuff. And come to find out she wasn't. I wish I kept my mouth shut, but I thought what are you doing, ma'am? And then she's explaining it, and then she said it with a real nasty attitude, and then I wish I kept my mouth shut, but she said, I said, I thought she was gonna run off, and then that was a whole nother problem, and she like having all kinds of even more attitudes and stuff like that. So I go run back in the store. For a sec, I did had a bit of assertiveness and dominance in this part, so I just simply didn't give her her groceries and went back inside the store. So I'm panicking because I already know she's calling the manager. The manager only heard her side, unfortunately. But the manager, he was real cool. He just told me never say that to a customer again, which was cool. He was cool. But during that moment, I was really panicking. I was thinking, am I going to lose my job? Okay, I need to, I'm panicking. I'm about to get fired and stuff like that. And next, you know, I'm thinking, okay, let me just quit. Wait, I can't quit because I need to pay bills. I'm literally the man of the house right now. So then I'm just panicking a lot. My breathing's all going off and everything. So next thing you know, I just start busting out crying. I didn't know what the fuck to do. So that was like a huge mental moment right there. And from there, I decided, you know what? Nah, fuck it. I'm not being a manager. Nope. I'm definitely not being a manager. She was just the nail in the coffin of why I decided not to be that manager. The grocery pickup manager. Because of her stank ass attitude. I really wish customers could stop treating workers like that, but they want to be assholes. They want to be assholes. She stopped shopping there. I'm glad she stopped shopping there. But I bet she's causing more mischief at other stores. She doesn't shop at my store anymore. Anyways, yeah, going back to the whole manager situations, I was a supervisor for a little, backup manager is what they like to call it. Apparently I was failing, which I somewhat agree, but there's that. So I'm panicking because the manager of my department fussing at me. I'm as if I'm not doing my job. He never specified if I wasn't doing my job, but he didn't seem to really, I don't know what was wrong, but he's still cool though, don't get me wrong, but I'm still panicking. So now I'm panicking with managers and stuff like that, and I'm panicking even now with this current manager in my current department as an overnight stalker. Because I'm constantly thinking, am I doing a good job? For the most part, I always try to finish my job and clean up everything. But, you know, with the whole overtime thing, because they don't want to give us overtime, it's always a thing that is just, you know, it's the panicking right there. The mentality thing right there. And that's one thing I realized, there's a reason why my generation just quitting and just choosing not to work. Because we're just sick of being treated like shit, especially from corporates. We're tired of that. We're very much tired of that. We don't want to deal with that anymore. I understand why we're not working. If I could, and if I had enough knowledge, I would indeed quit my job and replace it with something else. But because I don't have knowledge, I'm kind of in my limits right now. And then at the same time, look, I really appreciate my current job, okay? I really do. They definitely invited me back, that's for sure. And they promoted me like twice. But now I've demoted myself. I might demote myself again, though, honestly. Maybe. But yeah, but I'm deciding to put up with corporate standards. It's not my managers, okay? They're doing their job, okay? I have no problem with them. However, I understand their frustration. But what got to me is what this one specific manager told me. I'm sick of cleaning up after you guys and paying all this overtime. That got to me personally. So I was thinking about, okay, what if I quit now? My generation is all up in our feelings. We all up in our feelings for whatever reason. I don't know. All I know is, you know, it's just a thing. Our generation, I'm kind of like my generation. If I could quit a job and just quit a job, I'd do that. But unfortunately, firstly, I need to pay bills, my own bills, and then I need to pay the house bills as living with my parents. They're not going to have that, especially one of my one of my modern parents, that's for sure. Gonna definitely have fault at me for not working, that's for sure. And I would have fault at myself. What else? I think that's pretty much it. I'm gonna sit there, I'm gonna deal with the issues. Most of my generation just gives up. And I understand, but me, that's something I can't do. If you're a female in my generation, you're more likely to just give up. But if you're a male, not so much. It just goes back to how society goes, panders to women and stuff like that. I'm not gonna talk too much about that. I'm literally not trying to do that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm somewhat like my generation. I'm not happy, like I said in previous videos. I feel like my mental sanity is not there. I'm not mentally stable, honestly. I feel like I'm not. I feel. Facts don't care about my feelings. I've never been diagnosed with anything. And then on top of that, I get physical body pains as well, like my knee issue. That's been a thing since technically 2016. I think August 2016, technically. No more problem 2018. But yeah, I got my body issues, got my mental issues. Hopefully one day I'll get it checked out, get counseling to deal with all my mental issues and stuff like that. Specifically a Christian counselor, because all those other counselors, I don't know. But the issue is that I don't like the idea of paying money to feel better, to understand what's going on in my head. I don't like that concept, honestly. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. I'm like my generation, unfortunately, but I understand it at least. I'm doing the best thing I can to keep as much morality, biblical morality, as much as I possibly can. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe.